Hey y'all, what I did was I actually recharged the camera because I want to wrap up turn one within this, with recording. So we're going to get right back into it here. Paloom has initiative token 4. And remember, we're going to move them down to the Tomb of St. Viticus for the one quest. G's our rogue, so she has a base movement of 4 plus the roll of a d6. So let's roll. And we have got a 5. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then of course 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now if you notice there's a treasure chest here. And we'll definitely, well, we don't even have to roll, but we will. And we had a 3, but with her base movement she would get here. So 1, 1, 2, 3. She's on the treasure chest. However, this time I'm going to shuffle this deck. Because I'm glad that happened last turn like that, but we won. But and plus you can see what happens. Remember, there's just a lot of bad stuff in here. But there's a lot of good stuff in here also. Okay, so that should be enough. And we are going to pull it, and we're going to get another trap card. What's my luck? I mean, well, let's see what's up. Plague rats. As the lid cracks open, the bottom of the chest leads to a shallow yet massive plague rat lair. Excuse me. Within seconds, hundreds of rats begin to spill out of the chest. All heroes within this quadrant and adjacent ones must test evade 17. On a fail, you've been bitten. Roll the red and orange d6. The result of the red d6 is health lost, while the orange d6 is essence lost. Heroes within chambers are safe. Okay, so all these rats. Oh, let me explain what a quadrant is too. Quite simply, quadrant, 6 by 6 area. 6 squares, that's a quadrant. This is runes of Hamvir, blah, blah, blah. And I think all the heroes are going to have to roll on this. This could be quite. Hey, this is Dungeon Crusade. I'm telling you, anything can happen in this game. So all heroes within this quadrant and adjacent ones must test evade. Okay, so we're going to try to make this go quick here. Let's put the plague rat thing over here. So just picture, she opened up the chest, and underneath the dungeon floor, all these plague rats just spilled out and are running. And plague rats are one of the lesser creatures I made in the game. Let's just start right at the top with Sir Brennus here. And let's look at his evade. See the arrow there? That's evade 2. So we're going to add 2 to this roll. You roll a d20. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to keep it. I'm going to put it here to save time. So I'm sure you just want to keep it on the action also. So the plague rat's there. And so he has, his evade is 2. He can add to this roll. And so here's our d20. And what do we have to beat? 17. This is going to be fairly tough. 15, 16, 17. So Sir Brennus just batted those rats away. No problem. We're going to go over here to Enwyn. 2. She can add 2 to this roll. No. She got bit. 3. That's definitely not 17. So that's telling us to take the red and orange d6. Red is health. Orange is essence. And we're going to see how much she lost. Oh my gosh, look at that. 6 and 6. She's already down to 3 hit points, and what she was at 10, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She's down to 3 essence. That was not good. Zeke also has a evade of 2. We can add to this roll. 18. He took his staff and just batted those plague rats. No problem there. And then, of course, our rogue, she has 2 also. She's going to roll. 8. She was not as lucky. She's gotten bit. So we're going to roll. She's going to lose 1 health and 6 essence. So that's 1. She's down to 8. And she has 9 starting, and that's 6. She's down to 3 essence. We are going to have to get some gold and get Albus to the village. Next up is Faith, and she has 2. for her evade. So we're going to roll 10 and 2. That's definitely not 17. So we're going to roll these. And see, we really wanted to keep hers up. She is going to lose 2. 2 health and 5 essence. She's down to 5. Lastly, our barbarian, Maheliak. Evade of 2. Going to roll 3. No. He is going to take damage. These rats are just, you just got to picture these plague rats just swarming everywhere. Okay, that's not bad. 1 health and 1 essence. And he's the one with, he's our barbarian, so he has a lot of health. That's 1 when he's down to 7 essence. That was pretty nuts, to say the least. Okay, so we processed that at least. So everyone's been processed. And just remember that Albus, of course, he is not, they don't attack him. He's ignored through the game for any kind of attack or anything. Well, that was pretty terrible, I would say. That 2 treasure chests in a row and something bad happened. We're definitely, new strategy, get Albus or get some gold and get Albus to the village and get some potions for us. We're going to take the treasure chest token. We did accomplish this, so now we have 2 on our tavern task. Next up, she was done, our Paloom was done. Our cleric was next. She's going to roll a d6. She has a base movement of 2. She has 5. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 5 again. So we'll put her in the lead here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So she is making good way towards the Tomb of St. Viticus. She's right there, and we're getting kind of close. We're still a few quadrants away. Lastly, our hero, Maheliak. He has initiative token 6, and he's got a base movement of 2 also. And he has a 6 that he rolled. Can you see that? And we're going to, of course, move him down with his comrades. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we'll roll one more time. And it is a 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So at least our other set of heroes, our party of heroes, is making great way into the Tomb of St. Viticus. This is what I was eager to see. We are going to now move the monsters. So I'm going to explain this, and I want to say that this first turn is kind of wordy because, I want to explain the game to you. Next turns, I think, if you got the hang of this, we're just going to go right through it and, just keep it on the action for you, unless there's something I have to explain. So let me explain about monsters. Some of you guys, know this already, but for those who don't, let's explain. Let's grab our first monster. When you move monsters in Dungeon Crusade, notice that how we line them up. That's how they move. Any other monsters will, come there at the other end. So we move them in succession as we drew. So our first one is the Shadow Dweller. This is the one I'm really eager to see what's going to happen, because remember what's going on up here where we're going? They're all up here. So here's what it is. That monster is on a spawn point. 4 colors with the lines. And hopefully you watch that patrol route thing, because I really don't want to get too in-depth with this, because I just want to keep going with the game. But there's 4 patrol routes with these colors on it. That's why monsters move with unpredictable movement patterns. You never have to think well, maybe this monster will go here. There's none of that. I designed this to be for the soulless board gamer. So we're going to roll the patrol route die. This monster is going to pick up a patrol route to see where it's going to go. If this monster, if the Shadow Dweller comes up with a purple or blue, it's going to catch sight of our hero. Line of sight is square or corner to corner of a square. All monsters have a line of sight of 4. So that's going to see Cerbrenus. That's going to cause the monster to trigger from a vagrant minion into a raiding minion. They're going to try to get out of the dungeon, raid the village, thus raising the terror level. So let's go over here to the dice box since we got that, and I'll show you what's going on with this. Okay, so we have our Shadow Dweller. Put him in here. See, just like the heroes, this D6, but this one has a base movement of 4. Shadow Dwellers have a 4 base movement, so they can move pretty fast. So what we do is this. Remember the rating thing? Over here? And again, I'm sorry to be so wordy, but I want you to know this game. See 10? If a 10 comes up, you use a D10. All those numbers are what kind of die you use. If a 10 comes up, when we roll right now, it's going to convert into a raiding minion. Okay? So he's on the Shadow Dweller is on the spawn point. We're going to take our patrol route die, the raid die, and you only do this at the start of their turn, and their movement. And we're going to roll. Okay, that's 1. So the monster did not raid. It's still a vagrant. However, 5 and 4 is 9, and it's on the purple patrol route. So it has 9 movement. Let's go over here. Okay, remember what I said? So it's going to move on the purple patrol route, and it's going to have 9 movement.